Welcome to the MindTalk Podcast, where we delve into the roots of dis-ease growing deep in the subconscious mind. I am your host, Diane Vanas, with 25 years in energy medicine. Today, I'll be doing a remote session for a client, Joyce. Very nice to work with you again. I think this will be your first belief system session with me, and you have an issue that you're working with the medical system, terminal cancer. So the energy work that we do can just enhance well-being, and it can allow the body to heal itself if it can uncover blockages or imbalances energetically. So let's get started and see what we can find out for you today. We're working with a parallel belief system. That means there's more than one belief system. If we compared them to a tree, it would be like trees growing parallel. You actually have three parallel belief systems. So we'll probably just do one today, and we'll look forward to hopefully recording your other sessions as well. So let's get started in what we would call the negative programs, or the leaves and branches of the tree, the first tree that we're working on today. So we work by chakras, just a way to organize the work. And we're in the insight or third eye chakra, related to defect. So it's a defect you feel about yourself, that you believe about yourself. And it's I fear that others will find out how bad I am. So I think you have a bad opinion of yourself probably, and you think someone else will find out about it. But anyway, this is negative, so we want to let it go. And now we have another negative program in that insight or third eye chakra related to illness. And it's I am afraid of disease. And yeah, with COVID, just coming out of that pandemic, and also with your facing cancer problems, definitely could be a belief, but it's negative and it's fear-based, so it doesn't help us get better. So let's now find the next negative program, and it's also in insight or the third eye, also related to illness, and it's this cancer is debilitating. Okay, so now we're going to drop down to what we would call the trunk of the tree, the limiting beliefs. These are deeper in the subconscious mind. And we have something again in insight or the third eye related to illness. It's impossible to be healthy. And then we have something in the crown chakra related to forgiveness. I need to punish them. So don't know who them is. It could even be yourself. Sometimes we have internal family systems and or inner children, So whatever that is for you, it's a subconscious belief. So we're going to leave it up to the subconscious to sort that out. We've just come up with a proper statement. And so when we collect all of these, we'll end up clearing them at the end. But right now we're just making a list, and we are again in the insight or third eye related to education. My education makes me better than others. That's actually kind of cute, right? I know you pride yourself on what you've learned about the Bible, but it's negative because we're really never better than anybody else. And so want to clear that. And now we're dropping down to the root of the tree, what we'd call the faulty core belief, the thing that would start the whole tree growing. It's like the seed. And it's again in insight, or the third eye, and it's related to education. I hate uneducated people. So, I hate uneducated people. It could be even, that you at one time thought of yourself as uneducated, or your family, and you hated that. But see, that would become such a negative belief to have deep down. So it's good that we're uncovering these negatives. Now we also have a soil for the tree, and this is what we call a faulty core identity. It was from the age of 0 to 7. So it became like your identity, but it's not your real identity. And it's again an insight and related to illness. You have almost all of your beliefs in this system from the third eye chakra. That's pretty interesting. And so this one is, there is always something wrong with me. So this would have been your identity that you created, that grew this tree because it was fertile soil. So there is always something wrong with me. Let's find out if there's anything fueling the tree or feeding and watering it, like emotions or imbalances. We have the emotion of hopelessness. So we're going to go ahead and clear these that come up. We'll clear them right away, one by one. So let's clear hopelessness. Then we have a compound emotion. A compound emotion is when you feel more than one emotion at the same time. They kind of meld together, kind of like paint, mixing two colors of paint. You can't separate them. So this is disgust and rejection that you experienced at the very same time. So we want to just release disgust, rejection. And then we have failure. So we're just going to release failure. And we have an inherited emotion from your father. This is about 4 generations back, and it's rejection. So you inherited it. It wasn't your own, but let's clear this inherited trapped emotion of rejection. Okay. And now we have disgust. So let's release disgust and let it go. Now we have some imbalances. We have kind of what we call a junk drawer, but it's an energy junk drawer. It's other people's emotions. So you've kind of been a carrier for them, or a collector of other people's emotions. It could be emotions that people felt about you, or people that you were worried about. Anyway, somehow you're just kind of carrying all this junk. So we want to just release all that and let it go. And then we have an idea intolerance. So you can have like an allergy to an idea, or an intolerance to an idea. And this is to your own behavior. So, no, we're not any of us perfect, but you don't want to be intolerant to your behavior. So let's release the idea intolerance to your own behavior. And then we're actually coming up with a cord. So a cord is like a negative attachment to someone, and it's draining. It's like both people feed off each other negatively. And so it's a negative relationship. So we're just going to release that cord and let it go with love. Now let's go back and release that whole negative belief system. So we'll start at the top. I fear that others will find out how bad I am. Releasing it and letting it go. Releasing the negative program, I am afraid of disease, and this cancer is debilitating. Releasing the limiting beliefs, it's impossible to be healthy. So like if you have that belief, you would never be able to be healthy because you believe it's impossible to be healthy. So we just want to release that and let it go. Releasing the limiting belief, I need to punish them. Releasing my education makes me better than others. Releasing the faulty core belief, I hate uneducated people. And releasing the faulty core identity of there is always something wrong with me. So, did we release everything, all the debris and all the residual energies, etc., that would be going along with this first tree and this parallel system? Yes. But we do have an empowering belief that we could install. So like when we chopped all that down, we kind of left a gap. And we could add, people recover from cancer. So that's a really positive belief or a viewpoint, a mindset. That's just install, people recover from cancer. Maybe you could say that as an affirmation as well. People recover from cancer. And then we have a suggestion for an herbal supplement. I know you have trouble swallowing or taking any pills, and hard to even take them in like baby food or applesauce or something like that. So here's a novel suggestion, is to actually tape the supplement, and I can get with you on what that is. It's black salve. It would be to tape it, a tablet, to the gallbladder 40 point, which is right by your ankle on the right side. And energetically, your system can assimilate it that way. We could see how that works. And then we have 2 more trees to chop, Joyce. So looking forward to doing that soon. Thank you so much for participating in the belief decoding session today. And I think that it will just help enhance your well-being. No promises, right, of no cures from energy work, but just working with mind, body, and spirit to create more harmony within. And so also it's just fun to get together and discover these negative beliefs that we might be carrying around, and just try to think more positive as well.